just think it's fascinating to watch a bird fly. Hey everybody, Drayton with World's Greatest Kiting. One very important thing to remember about kite flying is that you need proper nourishment for such activities. That's why Scott and I are going to the VIP for lunch. It's only proper. Sorry guys, I got excited and nearly finished all of it, but that's a big taco. It was a big taco. There's the Thunderbird. Just behind there is one of the best places in Florida to fly a kite. But we're not stopping there today. Get another location we're going to stop at first. Scott and I are here at John's Pass near Treasure Island Beach, and we're here at the one and only Windworks that our friend Joe Fala owns. Let's see if he's in here. Hey Joe. Oh wait, that's not Joe. Oh, sorry. Let's go check it out. Wow. That is really trippy. Some of you guys might like this. I'm just going to let it sit here for a minute. So you can contemplate kites. Looks like they got all kinds of kites in here. They got some prisms. Oh, look, they got a tantrum. Oh, that's a good kite. Pretty much everything that you want. They got the Prism Jazz.
First time I've been in here, so been meaning to go by and check things out.
All kinds of kites in here. That's a really good one. The Atom flip kite. And they got all kinds of kites for simple use, for kids, if you will. There's a cool one.
How we doing,
and then there's the one and only Joe Fala.
Hello. Pretty wild.
Guys, check these out. Joe's got these weird bamboo root faces. Check that out. So you don't have to just buy kites here. You can buy all kinds of stuff. Pretty cool.
So
kind of looks. Wait a minute. Kind of looks like. No, wait. Maybe. There you go. That's who it is.
that's who it is.
So I'm standing here in Windworks with Joe Fala, and I got a question for you, Joe. If you're on vacation here in Treasure Island or Madeira Beach, and they come into your shop, what were you going to tell them to buy to take out to the beach and fly? If you're not a kite flyer, what are you going to tell them to grab out of here?
These Delta kites here we have are good stable flyers, light wind.
Delta kites are always a really nice flyer.
Yeah, it's just a safe bet. It's kind of almost a guaranteed fly. Simple, single colors, and you know, we do well with them and they fly for the people.
Yeah, and it's not just the Deltas. They got all kinds of kites. Look all around. Look on the ceiling. Any kind of kite that you can really think of. Revolution, the Prism, Premier, Beginner, Advanced, anything. Lines. If you're on the beach and you break a line set, this is where you come to get those new lines. Anything else you want to say to all the subscribers of World's Greatest Kiting, Joe?
Stop by Windworks and check us out.
You're in Treasure Island, stop by Windworks and get your next kite. So Joe, thanks again for. Wait a minute. Why do I keep thinking this guy's Joe? Weird. So when you guys come to Windworks, how you get here, the easy way is you come in the second entrance to John's Pass. You see the big sign right there. And then as soon as you come in the second entrance, there's Windworks. Right ahead of you. You guys know those videos where somebody's recording something and their camera or their phone dies right in the middle of it happening? Dang it, I'm so low on battery, I was hoping it would kind of die right there. It would be one of those crazy videos that all, you know. Oh well. Very nice day in St. Petersburg, Florida. See right behind me the moon. There's construction cranes working on what will be the city's tallest building at 46 stories. It's going to be a condo building. So the lowest priced condo in that building is going to be right around $650,000 at $650,000 up to several million. I don't remember what the number is. I'll do some digging and find out for you. Just in case you're interested, because hey, more kite flyers in St. Pete or in the world, the better, right? So give me somebody to fly with. Hey everybody, it's story time. I have this old magazine here, American Kite. It's from 1999. Check the cover out there. Kite surfing was just getting big. Look how big that thing is. That's a legit surfboard right there, and the guy's flying one of the original, I'm sure, one of the original surf kites. There's some really cool articles in this magazine, but there's one article in particular that I wanted to tell you all about. This is by Nick D'Alto. It's called The Magnificent Man and His Flying Machine. You all who have been to New York City may have a hard time believing this story. This guy, in the early 1900s, this was in 1907 when a lot of this transpired or started to transpire. This guy was a lawyer in New York City, got a little bit tired with his job, wanted to do something with kites. How many of you know what this is like? He decided that he wanted to fly in the air with a kite, so he started making a giant kite. He started with a tetrahedral kite, and here's a couple pictures. Let me show you this. This is pretty crazy. I just happened to be flipping through this and thought, wow, this is a really cool story. There's the guy, Isreal Ludlow. He made these kites out of bamboo, 1 1/4 inch diameter bamboo. There's a couple photos for you. The location was Riverside Avenue near 90th Street in New York City on a grassy lot. So if you know where that is, if you're from the city, if you're in New York City right now, or you know about the city or geography there, you might know where this is. It'd be cool to see some current pictures if that is still what it is. If there's a park there, I'm not sure. There's some pretty specific information here on how it was made. The wings are covered with canvas. The framework is light bamboo, 1 1/4 inch in diameter, like I said. The canvas on the wings is treated with boiled linseed oil. The joints are 3/16 stove bolts laced with yacht marlin. 20 cubes of boxes. So it's a big box kite is really what it is. And he teamed up with a group of people. He was just trying trying to do something different. So he teamed up with these people, an unusual crew, it says it is, a boozy trapeze artist, a reclusive inventor, and a Broadway showgirl that was trying to be the first woman to be airlifted. The trapeze artist was a guy who was 5'1" and kind of a daredevil type from what I could understand. He was the pilot of a plane, so they had a couple attempts at flying this large kite, man-lifting kite, and it was crashing and the wind wasn't right, and Ludlow decided that he wanted to have somebody in the kite to man it so it can be controlled. So to keep the story short, there's some couple cool pictures here I want to show you. They got this kite to fly eventually. They increased the size. They did some different things with the design. They eventually came to Ormond Beach, near Daytona Beach, and then did some flights at Daytona Beach in Florida. And here you see, and originally, if you guys don't know this, Daytona Beach is it's where NASCAR really started, for car racing started, at least here, from what I know. I'm not a aficionado of the racing world, but I know that that's where racing did, some of its origins are there. And you see some of the cars driving on the beach here. They were talking about a 50 horsepower and a 70 horsepower car is what they use. But here's a couple pictures from the beach there. You see the size of the kite. And this is where he crashed. So they made a tandem kite. So the gal who was a Broadway showgirl could get her chance and her fame as being the first woman to be lifted. They did a couple test flights, and in one of those test flights, this Ludlow fella fell out of the sky because the kite fell apart, too much tension, and he hurt his back really bad, but it did not stop him. He continued on man-lifting kites, creating new designs. In fact, the day that he fell out of the kite, he fell flat on his face out of the kite as it crashed to the ground, and he got right back up and addressed the crowd and shook it off. Although he had some serious back injuries, probably full of a lot of adrenaline and so on, as you can imagine, but it didn't stop him nonetheless. Now here's another couple of cool pictures I wanted to show you, and the author wanted to show you apparently. Look at the size of that kite. This may be hard to tell because it's an old picture in this magazine, but that is massive. That is a huge, look at the size of the ship next to it. Would you fly in this? Is this something that you would try out? I think even a lot of the hang gliders of today wouldn't even consider doing this, but this is some daring stuff that is the reason why we have hang gliders and paragliders and people willing to go up in the sky and try this stuff out and make it safer and safer and safer. Because this was not safe. This is crazy. But somebody had to do it. Somebody had a dream to do something crazy and just not do the normal thing that they were doing. And this guy, Mr. Ludlow, got right up off of his couch and did something. And it was cool. And now we're reading about it in a magazine, and you're watching it on YouTube, and this guy's going to be remembered for doing something cool like that. So, all to say, these old magazines have some really good information in them. I hope you're inspired. I hope you get up off the couch or doing whatever is not productive. Get up, do something that is productive and fun and gives you purpose, and one day, maybe you will end up in an old kite magazine, on a YouTube channel, 20 some years down the road, and people will be thinking, boy, that guy was cool. I'm going to do something with myself today. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I love you guys. Happy flying. Guys, I forgot to tell you one of the most important, fun facts about that whole story. In New York City, if you were familiar with it, you know the Flatiron Building. This Ludlow guy actually did have a successful flight, and he flew a kite towed behind a yacht from Mr. Starbuck, whoever he is, and successfully flew over the skyline of New York City. And there are photos available somewhere of him doing this. Crowds were huge, and it actually says in the article that women swooned to him. Whatever, but cool guy anyway. Good night.